YouTube, what it do? It's your boy Steph, and we're back with another video today, man. So today's topic, we'll be talking about the moon landing. Well, the truth behind the moon landing. Steph, what do you mean about the truth behind the moon landing? Bro, if I'm being completely honest with y'all, bro, we never went to the moon. Like, us is the United States, us is the country, us is the states. I'm not saying united, I'm just saying what the fuck they used to say united, because we're not really united, we just the states, gang. Countries outside of our country don't say the United States, they say the states, because they understand who we are as people better than we do. We don't come together unless it's time to go against another country on some shit like that. But when it comes to us, like eternal conflict within our country, we be warring with each other. We really got our people out here killing each other, bro. And it's fucked up. That's another reason why I tell people, like, and I'm kind of derailing a little bit right here, but this is another reason why I tell people, bro, if you don't have to be around, don't go being around, bro. I'm big on my peace now, gang. Like, I would dead ass sit in the house for weekends at a time, not giving a fuck. As long as I'm safe, bro, that's the only thing I give a fuck about. As long as my family safe, bro, as long as my friends safe, bro, and I know my niggas like me, they introverts. Well, not too much an introvert like me. I'm real life introvert. Like, they like me, they got to feel you out to see what type of person you are. Like, they gonna put you through little mini tests to see how you react to certain shit. They're just what we do as friends and shit like that. We do that, like, we all have like similar traits and shit. And back to the moon landing. So if y'all didn't know, back in like I think that was like in the 50s. I think it was like the 50s or the 60s. I'm not sure. I dropped it in the, what's the name? In the vid and shit. But I think it was around the 50s or the 60s. And Neil Armstrong took his team, supposedly took his team up to outer space to like step on the moon and shit like that. But what a lot of people not gonna tell you, bro, them folks fake going to the moon. They knew exactly what they were doing. This is a big ass strip, bro. We live in a big ass movie. Everybody has their role. Like, everybody has a role to play in this shit. You either gonna be a normie or you're gonna be like one of these sellout ass celebrities or some shit like that, or you're gonna be right in the middle to where you're still normal, but you still have like celebrities who notice you and shit like that, but you just ain't went as far as they did when it comes to the celebrity status shit. Because what a lot of people understand, a lot of people, they want to be famous. This is why I tell people, being famous ain't what you think it is, bro. Being famous is selling your soul, selling out to the higher ups, selling out to the masses and shit, trying to bring the masses further away from their higher selves into doom, into domination, shit like that. You're bringing them into submission to who y'all pray to and bow down to and shit like that, and that's ball. And if you don't know who that is, you not really tapped in. But you have to understand that when it comes to these certain type of things, because the moon landing was a stage. Like, if you pay attention to the moon landing and them like moving around and shit like that, if they're jumping like that and if it ain't no gravity there, how the fuck is y'all not floating away? If there's no gravity here, how are y'all not floating away? Y'all just taking little small steps to make it look like it's like y'all about to float off or some shit like that, but y'all taking y'all calculating y'all steps to make it look as real as possible. Bro, they had a real life fan in the studio when they was performing the whole walking on the moon thing, because they wanted to get to the moon before China did. So what China do in correspondence into us making it seem like we was the first one to get to the moon and shit, they made a second sun. And that's why I say, like, we be trying to go back and forth with the Chinese and the shit like that. We be trying to go back and forth with them and shit like that, but we can't really match them, bro. Them folks over there smart as shit, bro. Like they schools actually teaching them shit, gang. Like they school just not brainwashing them, programming them to believe certain shit, and then once they get out in the world, this shit never really meant anything. Y'all just told us some shit to pass time by, for us to take tests on and shit. And the teachers, they think that they doing their job the whole time. You ain't doing shit but selling the propaganda. You ain't doing shit but selling this programming to the kids. A kid doesn't supposed to be in no fucking school for 8 hours. Like, they supposed to go outside. They supposed to be able to play, not for no fucking 30 minutes. Their environment's supposed to teach them how to live, bro. Going out in nature, playing in the grass, playing in the dirt, playing basketball, playing football, shit like that, bro. Learning different plants and shit. Learning that some of these plants that naturally grow in our fields and shit, these plants can heal you. But that's what big don't want you to know. They want you to keep coming back to them. Like if you was to go to the car shop and something is fucking up on your car, but they see it's another problem incoming, they not gonna tell you shit about it. They gonna be like, you good? You good? About 2 or 3 more weeks go by, and that problem that was coming up start showing up and start showing you that it's a fucking problem. You gonna be where you going right back to? You going right back to the fucking car shop so they can fix it. But they already knew you was coming back though, cause they already seen that incoming problem. Same way with Big. They not trying to heal you, gang. They trying to treat your symptoms. But you don't know if this medicine is triggering something else in you to the point where it's not showing up immediately, especially if you young, because your body's still fighting shit, and it's quicker. Like when you young and shit, your body can still fight shit. Your body can heal quicker when you young. But as you get older, bro, and you wonder why these older people start going through things within their body, and they started growing these tumors, or they started developing new things in their bodies and shit. You wonder where it come from. It come from the medicine, gang. It come from because they really don't give a fuck about you, gang. Bro, they been God is my elders. My elders, they should know this, but if they wasn't tapped in, like if they grandparents, our elders, grandparents, our great grandparents wasn't really tapped, they not gonna be really tapped in. They not. So I understand if they're not tapped in, but once you tap in and actually understand what they do to us, bro, that they really not trying to help us, gang. They sell us the illusion like they're trying to help us by having these things available to us. Being able to go get your car looked at, being able to go to the women's clinic, being able to go there. But what a lot of people don't understand, a lot of these restaurants and shit like that, not even restaurants for real, cause it's like they kind of already be kind of knowing what the fuck be going on. But like, I'm talking about like grocery stores and shit, and fast foods, bro. Nigga, bro, you don't think they get meat from morgues and shit to put in their food because it's not enough animals here to feed us all? That's why I've been stopped eating fast food. The most you will see me eating is fucking Subway, American Deli, some shit like that. Chipotle, shit like that, like some type of healthy shit or some shit that can help you put on weight. Other than that, bro, I don't want this shit. I go to a restaurant every now and again and shit like that and woo, but me just eating different shit, no, I'm not doing that. Because I understand what this shit really is. Once you wake up and understand what this shit really is, the better off in life you'll be. And like I was just telling y'all last video, don't go down no rabbit holes unless you just ready to know where you live at, where you been at for the past 20 energy cycles, 25 energy cycles, 18 energy cycles, 17 energy cycles. Because the years not really years, the years are really energy cycles. That's just what they told us. They brainwashed us into thinking energy cycle are years. It gets deep, bro. It gets deep. And then Neil Armstrong, he even told us, like, bro, we never really went to the moon. He never really said that out loud because because I'm pretty sure he signed like a contract saying he can't say no shit like that, but he gave hints. He gave his that we really never went to the moon. All that shit was staged. Like, a lot of this shit is staged. The hot sauce 9-1, flip them numbers. That shit was staged. Nigga, they literally shut the whole world. Nigga, it felt at that moment, it felt like the world stopped for a minute. Because the whole world shut down. You couldn't go nowhere for real. They shut school down, all this shit. But yeah, y'all, it just... Once you wake up, bro, to the bullshit that they taught us, that they tried to brainwash us with, they did succeed, but it's only a few of us that's actually gonna break out the illusion of them telling us what the fuck they want us to believe, instead of doing your own research, finding out why did this happen this way and shit like that. Because you have to be able to go within and figure that shit out. We're just fortunate enough to have internet to where we're seeing other people's waking up just like us. And what they're saying, the shit is spot on. Because it'd be like, damn, that shit makes sense. Like, the shit, bro, once you kick out they programming and start ingesting what you really was supposed to learn from like a little nigga, it'll make sense, gang. You be like, damn, that shit makes sense. Like, you ain't never heard of it before, but once you start thinking about it and start putting the pieces together, it start making sense, gang. That's why I tell y'all, bro, we can't really trust what the fuck they tell us, because they'll tell us anything. Just like these jobs will give you to run around all day, fool. These jobs will give you to run around for a week. And then they'll come to you when they're ready. They'll come tell you some shit when they're ready to tell you. That's why I say, bro, don't get stuck in this 9-to-5 slave shit, slave job shit. Don't get stuck in it. Don't get stuck in punching the clock. If you got a job, you have to have an end goal. You have to know what you're doing this for. You have to know. I'm making sure I'm keeping a job because, like, for my instance, I'm keep giving y'all my example because this is something that I'm really manifesting. I'm keeping my job because I know I got to keep these bills paid. I got to keep my life afloat. But the real goal is to make it on YouTube. Once I make it on YouTube, fuck a 9-to-5 slave job. Fuck it. Because it's not really meant here for you. They sell you illusions. They sell you different options. They sell you different options into these jobs. So, like, okay, basically, when you have 401k, nigga, they took pensions. Pensions used to be a thing to where you got a lump sum of money, and to the point to where you can just put that shit in your account and you can just live off it for the rest of your life. Nigga, they don't have pensions anymore. And if they do, it's in certain fucking companies. Now they have 401ks. Nigga, you have to work damn near 20 to 30 years just to make sure your 401k is good. They'll let you invest in stocks, but you invest in your money. You don't think you put in all this hard work for this company and they can't give you one stock? They can't just be like, I think we should give all the people a stock within the company so they can have some money to fall back on. But they're not thinking like that. They don't want to think like that. They don't want to give you that type of leverage. So if you leave, they want you to be stressed and they want you to be fucked up. Because guess what? They still got their job. They're not stressing about shit. They can give some bullshit ass excuse and they good. You have to understand that when it come to you, you don't really have a chance to give an excuse. They gonna get on your ass immediately. Immediately they gonna get on your ass. But if it's a higher up or something like that, they can tell them some bullshit excuse and get what they gonna do back the fuck up off for them because they know what type of authority that they have. They know what type of pull that these folks have. And that's what a lot of people don't understand, gang. And that's why I make these videos to help people understand where the fuck we are as a country, as a world, as the Matrix, all this shit. All of it combines, all of it sticks together, all of it correlates. All of it does. And they attack us in different ways. They attack us in every way, spiritually, mentally, physically, emotionally. And physically, down to the clothes that you wear. It's certain clothes that you're supposed to wear. When you wear certain clothes, it hinders your energy because we are electrical beings, like Dr. Sebi said. Our ancestors, they lived off meat, but they also lived off fruits, vegetables, nuts, all this shit, berries, all this shit. They lived off all of it. But there was a rational portion of things. So you got people out here that just eat meat. They just like meat. That's what they do. You got people who just like food. They just eat food. That's all that they do. They juice, they fast, all that shit. You got people that just eat vegetables. That's what they do. They don't like, they'll throw some fruit in there every once in a while, but they like vegetables for the most part. You have to be able to fast. If you're not able to fast, you're not doing shit. You're not getting the bullshit out your body. That's why I tell people, you should work out. I will make a video on you should work. You should want to work out. You should want to keep your body in some type of shape. Just because you get out of school doesn't mean, oh, I don't have to work out anymore. I don't have anything to work out for. No, bro. You're fucking wrong. The zombie apocalypse comes. What the fuck you gonna do? If you big as hell, you can't run. Your back big as a motherfucker. What you gonna do? You gonna run? How far you think you gonna get? This skinny ass zombie. You ain't ran in years. This is a disease that takes over a person's whole body, a person's whole body part, a whole person's meat suit. And you think you fit outrun them? No, that's not how that works. You're gonna get ate. You will be one of the first ones to get eliminated. Nigga, this shit is a game. You better realize. Why you think I treat this shit the way I treat it? I interact who I want to interact with. Only certain people have access to me. I don't play games. I don't have time to play games. We're all on borrowed time. I can sit with myself. I can be with myself for a long period of time and not give a fuck about anyone being around. I don't give a shit. But yeah, I just had that download for y'all, bro. Like, a lot of this shit that we were told, it was staged, gang. It was. A lot of it. I'm going to talk about Titanic. I'm going to talk about all that. But I make these videos to help our younger people out. People that's around my age that's waking up or have woken up and they just look for new information. And my elders who probably don't know anything. They probably lost. They probably got